Hi, we're back with the Metaphysical World with Vicki Anderson.
And Robert Vecchio, and we're in front of a live studio audience today.
Thank you. So glad that you could make it and be here with us today.
And we have 2 Leos in there, so we got to behave.
And someone with a Leo ascendant.
Oh,
so
God, I'm sorry.
watch out, watch out. Okay, so we're going to continue with the rest of the zodiac. We have 5 more signs to go, and let's see which ones Robert don't like. And here we have...
Not a fan of these. These are Scorpios.
Water sign?
Sure. Yeah, it is blue, yes. Just go ahead, keep going.
Oh, Scorpio, one of another of the family-oriented signs. Anytime you're a water sign, you have secrets, your emotions run deep, you don't share a lot of feelings with others because you want your life to be private. Very nurturing though, very, very helpful in the family. They are a fixed sign, so what happens is they're always right as well. You know, I mean, I remember one time, one of my friends who's a Scorpio said the sun was shining and it was raining. And he convinced me that past the clouds, the sun was shining. So, they're always right. But nice, nice people. Now, there are 3 Scorpios. There's 3 types of Scorpios. Do you remember them?
No, but let's go back to the sun comment. Wouldn't he be right? Because if you went in a plane, if you went above the clouds, the sun would be shining.
But where I was, it was raining.
I'm sorry, I'm just,
yes.
It's a
He
Libra
was
thing.
correct,
Okay.
absolutely. If you are that.
And no, I don't
crazy.
really remember the 3 types because I was so focused on the sun.
Okay.
No, the phoenix.
Yeah.
The snake. No snake. Ooh.
No,
that's
we're not in
totem
tarot.
animals.
We're not in
My
tarot.
bad. Phoenix. No, I have no idea.
Okay. It is the scorpion, which will sting you, and they're very revengeful and they never forget. There's the eagle, which flies above all the aspects of life. They're always searching for alternatives. They're always helpful. And there's the phoenix, and these people always, they are consumed as a phoenix, and they're always reborn. There's always rebirth, and they continuously just start over again. So if you had to be one of them, I think
I would want to be the phoenix.
I want to be the eagle.
No, I'd be the phoenix.
Oh, I'll be the eagle.
Sure,
So there you go.
Let's be the real scorpion. Yeah, okay.
My brother's a Scorpio, and he's kind of cool. Okay.
Sagittarius.
All right, the archer.
Right. Okay.
Yes, the centaur, who's the archer. Sag is what kind of element?
I'm like,
Oh, for God's sake, stop pretending
Fire.
you don't know. Come on.
no, it's
Very
really,
good.
I don't know.
Fire.
Fire.
Fire sign. They're the centaur. They're the clowns of the zodiac. They have fun. They love to travel. They love foreigners. They love philosophy. They're really a very interesting sign. These people never sit still, and they're just, they're one of these people that no matter where they go, they make a million friends. But a lot of them are very scholarly. Couldn't even say that. Scholarly.
No, scholarly.
And here's...
Capricorn.
Well, thank you for remembering
Oh, you're
that.
welcome. That's one of my favorite signs.
Okay, well then, go ahead.
No, it's one of my favorite glyphs. I just like
Okay.
because my last name begins with a V, so I kind of remember the V.
Okay.
And a money sign. Keep going. And what is it? Where are you?
I'm so glad I brought that in so you can
Me
check
too.
it out.
I use it during class tomorrow
It's
too.
an earth sign.
Oh, it is Earth. That's green?
Yes.
I need glasses.
It's an earth sign. Earth, again, like Taurus, very grounded, very centered. They prioritize their life. They know which direction they're going. This is the businessman sign. So if they are in corporate or they are in nonprofit or wherever they're working, they usually do quite well. Many own their own home-based business, and they are family-oriented. However, with a Capricorn, these people might be away from the home a lot because they're out making money to support the family. So sometimes the family they don't think that they love them as much. But the Capricorn's idea is you have a shelter, you have food on the table. I'm doing that for you because I love you. So that's what, but people, they don't understand that because sometimes they're cold.
Okay.
Sometimes. And we're being very stereotypical. In a chart, there's many different components, so we're just being very stereotypical. Now, I know you know this one.
Well, it also depends on wherever where everything is in the chart.
Absolutely,
So,
and we'll talk about that in a moment.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's
That's
this?
Aquarius.
Which is what element?
Without looking,
Same as yours.
air.
Very good. And
Oh, we just did that.
now, if somebody tells you that an Aquarius is a water sign because they're pouring water out of the water jug, you know that they don't know what they're talking about, because water, he's not pouring water, he's pouring knowledge. And an air sign, what these people are 50 years ahead of their time. Whatever they come and they think about now, 50 years later, science catches up with them. They're inventors, they're great with computers. They are the friend sign. They're the humanitarian sign. They help everybody. The one downside of Aquarius is that friends come before family. So they'll help friends. Family will come second, and many people, just don't take to that too well. But normally, but if you're a friend of an Aquarian, you'll always have somebody there to help you. Always. Okay? And here's the other one you always got mixed up.
Well, I know it's not Gemini, so it's got to be Pisces.
Pisces.
And they're water.
Water, death of the zodiac.
Look.
Any leftover emotions, feelings, traits, characteristics are dumped into this last sign. They are considered the martyr sign. They are considered, many astrologers do believe that Jesus was a Pisces. He was born in the Piscean age, and it makes sense that he was also a Pisces, being a martyr and being so spiritual. Each fish, each one of these glyphs here is a fish, one going downward and one going upward. The upward one is the spiritual one. The one going down, Pisceans can be the best con artists, liars, forgers in the world. On the other hand, they can be the best actors, actresses, poets, writers, artists, composers in the world. They're very, very creative, very artistic, and they are very, very spiritual. Okay? So we did that. Now, what I would like to talk about is the astrology dates versus the horoscope dates.
Sure.
Okay?
Go for it.
Thanks. So I'm going to ask you,
boy.
what's the difference between horoscope date and astrology date?
Astrology dates. I have nothing.
You have nothing.
What are the astrology dates?
Oh, I'll tell you.
Difference.
Horoscope dates are general dates that usually are in the newspapers and magazines. They're the things that you always look to see that you fall between. And what happens is every year there are certain signs that go forward a day or back a day, because we have 364 and a quarter days a year. So it kind of catches up like with leap year.
Mm-hmm.
So I've had a lot of people say, sometimes in your column, I change the dates every January. I do a horoscope column for Narelle magazine. And they always used to complain to the editor that I put the wrong dates for their sign. And so I had to educate them that this is called an ephemeris. And an ephemeris is a book that lists all the planets and all the degrees and all the dates. So if you were born a certain sign, you will always be that certain sign, even if that year they don't, the sign is one day past or one day before your birthday. For instance, when I had my daughter, I thought I was going to have a Gemini because she was predicted for, May 27th. She came May 20th, which is usually Gemini. And that year, it was the last degree of Taurus, one of the signs I don't get along with. So it was very interesting. But you would, if you know anybody, you can actually go online and just put in ephemeris, and that's spelled E-P-H-E-M-E-R-I-S, ephemeris. And you can actually look. Now they'll have lists, and you can click on your year and look on your birth date, and you'll know if you're the 29th degree of the sign, 0 degrees of the next sign. And it does make a difference, because you never ever die the same sign you were born. So most people go through 3 or 4 signs in their lifetime, so it's very important to know what degree you started at. So for instance, Robert, if you were born at 10 degrees of a sign,
yes,
right, how many years were you that sign?
The first 20 years.
20 years.
Yeah.
Because there's 30 degrees in a sign, so you'd be that sign for 20 years, the next 30 years you'd be the next sign, and depending upon how long you live, you can continue to 2 more signs. And so, also also, what I think is important, that even though, some people say, well, my sister's an Aquarius, and my friend's an Aquarius, and my brother's an Aquarius, and my neighbor's an Aquarius, and they're all different.
Well, that's because each of the planets are different in their charts.
It's different, and also their ascendant and their moon.
Mm-hmm.
And really, the sun sign is like the least important out of all of them. So you have your ascendant, which is the constellation on the horizon at the time you were born. It's like a map of the sky at the time you were born. And then that is the personality you show to the world. So basically, it's not truly who you are, but that's who you want everybody to think you are. And then your moon sign.
Oh, there's no one sitting next to me. Oh.
Your emotions.
My
right?
emotions. Yeah.
Subconscious, intellect, a lot of, and women in your life. So, if you have a bad aspect to a moon, you might have disastrous relationships with women, with your mother, with your grandmother, whoever, with a sister, with a daughter. If you have good aspects, then you'll have a really wonderful time. So whatever, so if somebody's an Aquarius or whatever sign, it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that you're going to be just like your neighbor, because every 4 minutes makes a difference. And just as a little aside, if anybody doesn't have their exact time and they do want a chart done by someone, what you really do is write the health department in the city and state you were born in, and you can ask for the long form. It costs about $10, and you can get it. They will mail it to you, because there's no reason that you should have a chart done at the wrong time, because it won't be you, right? And also, if it's not you, even if it's off a little bit, timing's going to be off. So instead of, saying next fall this is going to happen, it might be next spring. So basically, it's very important to get the time. And
so what will we be going over next week?
Well, I think next week we'll do the planets.
Okay.
And then I would like to do some aspects, and maybe just talk a little bit about astrology in general, maybe what's going on, and retrogrades, and retrogrades are very important, because I know you love Mercury retrograde.
Oh, I love Mercury retrograde. Oh yeah, it's great.
And we'll also tell you a little bit about some books I recommend for students who might want to learn a little bit more about this. And of course, Robert at his store Practical Magic, he has Practical Magic 2, Practical Magic 2. 2. He does have reports that can be printed out and given as gifts. You can get reports on my site, VickiAnderson.net. And
Practical Magic
2.
It would have been better if I got it up.
in time. But basically, I guess that's it for right now.
I'm ready to go.
I'm running out of things to say.
Woo-hoo.
So see you next time.